Okay, here are 10 things that sold over the last couple of weeks for me. First is a pair of Sperry Topsider quilted duck rain boots, and I picked these up. I actually paid up for these at the Goodwill for, what did I pay for them? $18 or $19. And I took a best offer on them for $45, and I also offered free shipping, which now that I think about it, it just wasn't a good deal. I should have at least charged shipping for it because I think my profit on this was only about $7 overall. Yeah. Next was a pair of Born Leather Mary Janes, which I got at the Goodwill bins or outlet store on my last trip up there, and so they cost me about $2. They were a little heavy, and I sold those for $24.99, and with and the buyer paid shipping, which was, believe me, I did a lot better on these than I did on the Sperry Topsiders that I paid up for. Live and learn, live and learn. Next is this is something I inherited with the books and such that I inherited from my dad. This was a Stephen King's Creepshow vintage comic book. It was a book club edition, but I had looked on other sellers on Amazon and such, and they were going from between $50 and $80 for merchant fulfilled. I mean, they were even more for fulfilled by Amazon. And I decided that I would try for in the middle, and that's what I got. And I offered free shipping on that. So that was a nice profit. Next up was a pair of Levi's 569s that I got at the outlet store. So those were probably, I don't know, $1.50, $2 by weight. And those sold for $29.99. Buyer paid shipping. Next after that, I found these at the Salvation Army, I think, and their shoes were half off that day, so I paid $3 for them. Enzo, oh, please don't let me butcher this, Angiolini Italian leather loafers. That's a tough one to put in there together. Those were, I actually almost kept them for myself, but my husband said I looked like a golfer or somebody from the 70s, but I thought they were really cool with, like crop pants and rolled up, and yeah, he said he wouldn't be seen in public with me if I wore them, so whatever. Anyway, I made a nice profit on them, $29.99, and $6 buyer paid shipping. After that, this is another one that I inherited. It was I have a whole bunch of these cross-stitch kits that my stepmom had left behind, and I don't do anything like that, needlework or anything, knit or crochet or any of that stuff. So I kind of looked on Etsy to see what they were going for, and they actually had one of these. Somebody had one up for quite expensive. I priced this really high to begin with. It sat for 3 months because I think I put it up in October or the end of September. And so I dropped it down, and it sold right away after that. And $14.99 and buyer paid shipping. This was a partial set of mid-century made in Korea flatware. I actually remember having our family having this set when I was a kid. That's what my mom picked. I remember her picking them out. Anyway, I paid $0.10 a piece for these at a yard sale back last summer, and I sold them for $18.99, and the buyer paid shipping. This Vintage Secrets of the White House by Elizabeth Jaffrey from 1927. It was actually in pretty good shape. Let me see if I can show you up. It did have some somewhere to the bottom there. But the binding was good. The photographs were awesome. There were recipes in it. Yeah, there's a little, it looks like a little damage. Anyway, I was offered, I got these at the bin, so I don't know what I paid for it, maybe $1. And I was offered, what did she offer me? She paid me $30 for it, so about half what I was asking plus shipping. And so that was, I can't complain. That's a really good return on investment. And after that, we have a 10-inch Louis Armstrong Classics, New Orleans to New York Jazz LP. It was in really good condition. I am not a pro by any means. I mean, I don't know that much about vinyl, but I'd like to learn more because I know that it's coming back into, you know, kids are wanting. I have a young adult son who is collecting this stuff, so I don't know how much I'm going to wind up getting to sell, but I inherited this huge box of everything from Hawaiian to the old jazz masters, artists that I never heard of, but I looked up and I was like, oh yeah, I remember hearing of these folks when I was young. So I've sold 2 of them. This is the second one that I sold, and I was just basing on what the comps were and what others had sold for. There hadn't been a lot of listings, but it sold right away. Buyer paid shipping, and I was pretty pleased with that, $15. And last but not least, I found this at the bins, and it was kind of heavy. I think I probably paid $5 for this at $1 a pound. Yeah, I mean, it was 4 or 5 pounds heavy, but it's a vintage Snap-on racing jacket. It was in really good condition. NASCAR racing pit crew. I don't know a whole heck of a lot about that, but I am learning. That's one of the things I love about doing the reselling is that I learn as I go. And I've been at this for about a year now. So anyway, I sold that for $34.95. And the buyer paid shipping. So all in all, this was not a bad couple of weeks for the end of the year. The beginning of December was better. I actually probably did twice as much. I don't sell a lot. I have a small store, and I'm not really interested in doing a whole lot right now because I have so many other things going on in my life. So I can't complain. I've been really pleased with the whole, you know, the whole introduction to reselling over this last year. So anyway, that's 10 items that sold for me recently, and I want to thank you for joining me, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.